Okay, this unit is for Ciro over at Stormtrooper. You can see we've got Mr. Heater on it. As usual, we heat it up to about 190 degrees or so and turn the fuel down. So when you go up, you go down. Alright, so now we're at about 185. We're currently locked in on high speed and running good, nice and smooth. No abnormal noises, no ticking, no nothing. Everything was torqued to specification. Everything is torque sealed. You can see the torque seal flying around in there. These units are meticulously put together. You can also see torque seal flying around in there. That's 175 foot-pounds and then 185 foot-pounds in the main bolt up here. It has a full charge of oil in it. We're going to go ahead and shut it to the off side, show you guys a little operation, and then we will go ahead and show the connector in detail. Alright, so that's off. We're controlling it from our control board here. You can see we're just drawing a small amount of amperage for our thermocouple. That's these two wires going down to our thermocouple, giving us our temperature readout. Okay, so now let's go to low speed first. You can see our air gap is still there, which, by the way, the air gap is tuned on the low speed and the high speed on our units to make sure that the springs last. Okay, because from the factory we see them all over the place. Alright, so there we go. We're on low speed right now. We've tried to physically stop that by hand, and it's got plenty of strength. So the magnets are strong. Another nice little trick we do is we put the magnet plate in the freezer to realign the domains in the rare earth magnets, and it actually gives them back some of their strength. Because with time and heat, those domains on the magnet tend to get misaligned, and the magnets tend to get weaker. So this is something else that we do to try to help strengthen them up. The fan hubs as well, after their initial cleaning, they're put in a freezer for 4 hours to help strengthen those magnets that are in the fan hub back up as well, to make sure low speed works the way it's supposed to long term. Alright, so now, being that we're in low speed, we can show you here we're running 27 volts. We are running 0.650 of an amp and 17.55 watts. All good average numbers at this voltage and temperature. Obviously, as the temperature was cooler and there was less resistance, there's a little bit more amperage draw. As it warms up, the amperage draw kind of settles down. But as long as you don't see any crazy dips or spikes or anything like that, you're good to go. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and switch it over to high speed action, flipping this switch up, and we will see high speed engage. There's high speed, there's off, and that's very important that the fan can stop while the engine is still turning the hub. Okay, so now let's go back to low. I'm sorry, that was high. There's low. Okay, now let's go to high. Back to low. Back to high. Clearly see the unit functions well. Disengages and engages perfectly the way it's supposed to. Okay, and then we can see on our high speed, we are drawing 1.652 of an amp, 44.57 watts. It's just kind of settling down there, and that looks good to go. All right, we're still teetering around almost 180 degrees, and let's get some light underneath there if I can. Okay, and we can see no leakage or anything on the bench. Nothing. Okay, nothing. Very meticulously assembled unit. That's why we say please don't disassemble these units. Put them in complete. That way we can warranty them. We can back up our work if it is in fact our work. If you guys are taking them apart, it makes it hard to want to warranty something, because I don't know who took it apart, put it back together, what they took off it, what they didn't. We have no clue. So We're gonna drain the oil that we put in it, just so that way it's even cleaner. Any kind of wear metal or anything from our test run right now, after we reset all the bearings in there, it's gonna be removed with that oil. So you need to put your fresh charge of oil, which will include with your unit. Let's go ahead and turn it off. Okay. And let's go ahead and turn the heater off, and then we will be starting a slow cool down. All right, so a little dangerous with this thing still spinning, but we want it to cool down slowly, so we're gonna let it continue to roll. Okay, you see we're using the same connector that you would use on the bus. No tricks, no funny business. Okay, there's the connector. Let me get a little light on it. Every unit that we sell comes out of here with this video. Okay, this is a policy now. You can see there's some epoxy around the connector, and that is an added upgrade that we do, so that if it ever does leak oil or you pressure wash around it, it doesn't have a place to sit on top of the connector and work its way down into the connector. Also, when everything's nice and hot, it allows for the connector to remain very stable. So while we epoxy any cracks on the front end of this thing, on the coil, we also put a little bit of epoxy above the connectors now, just to help out with that. All right, being that those can't be replaced. This is why it's so important for your cores that you give us cores that are rebuildable, so we can save these for yourself and for other people. All right, in this case, on these two units from Zero, unfortunately, one gearbox was completely trashed, ran low on oil, so the gears are shot. Can't really do anything with that, scrap metal. And then one clutch, the bearing got so bad in it that it was actually wobbling up here, and it caused one side of the clutch plates to be worn out more than the other. So in checking thickness measurements, we realized it was way off, and that so those plates couldn't be used, so that clutch was pretty much trash as well. So we were able to make him complete units out of other cores that had issues as well, but you know, the good parts that were remaining. That's why it's so important that we get these cores back in a rebuildable condition. But the coils and stuff appear good. It's starting to cool down a little bit now. This is what I like to do, and then I will re-engage the clutch in order to distribute the oil, and that will allow us to cool it down slowly the way we're supposed to. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go low speed. Okay, and let's go high speed. And it's nice and smooth. It's not loud or noisy, or it's just this is a really nice unit. And then very shortly here, we will be putting this one up, which we're gonna put the test oil in it. Right now it has no oil in it, just its assembly prelude. And then we got 4 more right now in process. These were in the last batch of 4, so we're turning and burning here. Here's the new ones that Prevo's selling, and these things, man, they are just, this one was like brand new, and I could just feel grit, like the gear train is not set up properly. So, and there's a lot of them where the input bearing fails, and these are junk. These are junk. I don't even want to accept these as cores, really. I would prefer to go like for like. All right, like these for like these. All right, realistically with these, they were assembled by 2 different companies, Linig and Kedrion. Now, I don't know if they still produce them or not. I've heard that they don't, or maybe the bus industry just isn't buying them anymore, because these were actually produced for other industries as well, like factories. The problem with these units is they were assembled in many different places. Just like ZF gearboxes. ZF gearboxes that are assembled in ZF factories last really long. ZF gave Chrysler the rights to build the ZF gearboxes, and Chrysler did so, and as Chrysler normally does, they have reliability issues with them. But it's the same design of gearbox. So it's a testament to who builds it. And I'm not here trying to shine my badge about the way I built these, but I have found a lot of the defects with these units and been able to repair them the right way, set them up the way they should have been set up from the factory by just painstaking detail and research and making them right, okay? So this will be a good unit for a long time to come on your bus. Thanks for watching. Thanks for purchasing, you guys. If you have any questions about the warranty, if you have any questions about the cores, or you need installation literature, those things will be up on the website soon. All right, so let's just do one more test here on this video. This video got extra long, but I would like to show you guys one more test. So we'll turn the power off. We'll turn the control switch off, and then we'll put the meter on ohms. And you see the resistance, normally around 34 to 38 cold. Obviously hot, the resistance is gonna be higher. And I believe that's our low side. And then let's go ahead and switch this over. And now you'll be looking at the high side resistance. And there we go. Both of them have a little higher resistance. This side's normally about 13 ohms cold. So I like to check them cold and then hot so you can see a linear difference. Okay, so with that being said, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate you guys buying, Ciro. I appreciate you guys being loyal clients, and look forward to doing business again with you guys soon. These will be delivered shortly.